Okay, here's chapter 9. Chapter 9 is called Rogue Cowboys. So they're going to get Snowflake and they're going to trick the cowboys, hopefully. Molly and Finn and Ella rode out of the camp and into the woods while the grown-ups continued to argue. Ella spotted 4 sets of hoof tracks. 3 were the cowboys' horses and 1 for poor Snowflake. The kids followed them across the field to a tree-lined trail beside a gurgling brook, and eventually down a narrow pathway shaded by tall spruce trees. "We need to be on the lookout for small logs," Ella said as they rode their horses single file. "If you see a good one, let me know. We can string it up between 2 of these spruces. If we ever find Snowflake," Finn said. "It's too muddy here. I don't even see the tracks anymore." "Look, there's a clearing up ahead," Ella said. "I bet they went that way." She gave her horse a kick, and then Finn did too. "Oh, brother," Molly said. But this whole rescue mission was her idea, and she tightened her grip on the reins and gave Dasha a little nudge with her heel of her boot. They followed Ella and Finn towards the clearing. They all rode down the rocky path that led to the big open field filled with clover. Snowflake was all the way across the meadow, and she was all alone. "There she is!" Molly cried. "Let's go," Finn said. "Wait, we have to set booby traps up," Ella reminded them. The kids dismounted from their horses, and Ella had a lasso, so they used that to string up a couple of logs, perfect booby traps for Molly to duck under when the time came to run away. They were all set. Molly was ready to walk up to the cowboys and cry. She wasn't playing a character, so she had to think of something sad from her own life. What made Molly sad? She got 1 question wrong on her spelling test, but she wasn't really sad about that. She hadn't gotten what she wanted for her birthday. She wasn't really sad about that either, just a little disappointed. Molly fingered her friendship bracelet, thinking, her friendship bracelet. She had no one to give it to. Now that made Molly sad. Molly felt tears start to form. She tiptoed forward and then, "Ow!" Molly cried. "What happened?" Ella asked. Her voice was in a whisper. "I stubbed my toe on a tree root," Molly whispered back. "Shh," Finn said. "Molly, you should..." But before they could finish the sentence, there was a whooshing sound, and a cowboy lasso fell around their shoulders. They were trapped. All 3 of them. So is their plan going to work out? I don't think so. Hopefully they can figure something out. "Got him!" one of the cowboys called. He pulled them in closer, and the kids kicked and screamed and tried to get loose, but it was no use. The lasso was too tight. "Let's see what we got here, Chuck," another one said. "Hey, I recognize these kids. They were with that group from the Snowflake Ranch." "Ah, how cute that they think that they could come back here and take their cow," said Chuck. "That's what you're here for, aren't you?" Ella spit dirt out of her mouth. "Yes," she said. "It's not right for you to take something that doesn't belong to you." Holy cow, she's brave. The cowboys threw their heads back and laughed. "What should we do with them, Butch?" Chuck asked. "They're too skinny to eat," Butch said. "You'd eat us?" Finn said. His eyes widened in surprise. The rogue cowboys ignored him. "Should we bring them back to the Easy Cheesy and let the Easy Cheesy master deal with them?" the 3rd cowboy asked. "Nah, just tie him up to a tree and leave him here," Chuck said. "But we'd starve to death," Molly cried. The cowboys laughed. Chuck dragged the kids back towards the line of trees. "Look at these," he said. "Booby traps." He slipped his pocket knife through Ella's lasso, and the logs all fell to the ground. Where'd you learn to make these?" he said to the kids. "Preschool for cowboys?" "We're goners," Finn whispered to his sister. "When I woke up this morning, I didn't expect to die in Colorado." "Hey, Chuck," the cowboy said. "Maybe we should let them go. They're just kids." "They found us once, they'll find us again," Butch said. "Yeah," Chuck agreed. "This cow is going to make us a fortune. Don't throw away your millions saving these little weasels, Doc." Doc shook his head. He used his lasso to tie up Ella and Molly and Finn to the spruce tree. Across the clearing, Snowflake was eating grass, unaware that the kids had risked their lives to save her, and they had failed "You're not going to get away with this," Ella said in a brave voice. "I'm sure my dad is already looking for us." "Our parents are looking for us too. They probably called the police," Molly said. She hoped the men couldn't tell that she was lying. She lied only in an emergency, and it might not even be a lie. If her parents had discovered that she and Finn were missing, they would have made the call for sure. "You think there are police out there come and rescue you?" Chuck asked. "That's cute." "Let's get going," Butch said. "Check a sec." "Just a sec," Doc said. "I want to tie them super tight." Finn had an itch on his back, just his luck. He was tied up, and the itch was driving him crazy. Then he had an idea that was so unusual that it might just work. "Stop squirming," Doc said. But Finn didn't listen. He fidgeted, moved his body against the scratchy bark of the tree trunk, trying to use the tree as a scratcher. Suddenly, there was a shriek of sirens. Doc jumped in surprise. "We told you our parents called the police," Finn said. The cowboys scrambled to get their horses. "Forget these kids. Let's get out of here," Chuck yelled. They left in a cloud of dust, and Snowflake was still grazing in the field. "Where are the police?" Ella asked. "No police," Finn said. "It's my baseball video game. I remembered it was in my pocket, and I figured that I could get it turned on and it would scare those guys." "Wow," Ella said. "You don't have anything in your pocket that could untie us, do you?" "No, sorry," Finn said. "What should we do now?" Molly asked. "Let's scream and hope that Dad's looking for us and he hears us," Ella said. So that's what they did. They yelled louder and longer than they ever had in their whole lives. All the while Snowflake was just eating lazily at the grass. "I'll be right with you." Finally, they heard voices in the distance. "We're over here!" the kids cried. "Help!" Roger rode up and quickly untied the kids from the tree. Ella gave a big hug. "Dad, we saved Snowflake," Ella cried. "But the rogue cowboys got away," Molly said. "One page left, boys. Can you just hold it together till then?" "No, they didn't," Roger said. "We found them. Turns out your old dad is good at a lasso, Ella. We tied them together and we're waiting for help to arrive." "Phew," Finn said. "Nice job, ranchers," Roger said, tipping his hat. "Thanks for your help. Snowflake is safe, but I don't want you ever wandering off without a grown-up again." "We won't," the kids promised. All's well that ends well," Roger said. "You did good work today." "Work?" Finn and Molly said with wide eyes and raised eyebrows. They half expected Pet to show up right then, but it didn't. "Y'all follow me," Roger said. "We've earned ourselves a celebration." And so that's the end of chapter 9. And it sounds like everything's going well, but they still got to get back to their state and get out of Colorado. Talk to you later, guys. Have a good day. I miss you.